All right. Hello and welcome to another VanHack Success Case interview. My name is Ilya, and today I'm really excited to be joined by Anastasiia, who's the UX designer that got hired in Canada recently from Ukraine. Hi, Anastasiia. Great to have you here, and thank you so much for taking the time to share your story.
Hello, Leah. So, a few words about myself. So my name is Anastasiia. I'm from Ukraine, came to Canada 3 weeks ago. So, during the last week, I started to work in a company, Citaris. So, I'm happy to be the junior designer here and welcome to have the interview with me.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, tell us a little more about your professional experience. You mentioned you're a designer. Like, how long have you been working as a designer? How did you get into the field?
I lived some time abroad in China, and after that, when I came back to Ukraine, I decided to change my job. So I went to have the course of UI UX designer, and after that, worked in the freelance for half a year. After a half year experience, I moved to the company named Zencode in Kharkiv. And 2 months and a half, I worked there with a great people, with a great team who taught me a lot of new stuff with all this experience. So they were leading the company during many, many years. And after the circumstances in Ukraine, I needed to move to some other place. So I went to Poland, and from Poland, actually, I found the company Citaris that I'm working at now. So during the stuff going on in Ukraine, I had an interview with Cecilia from VanHack, and
Mhm.
she helped me to have the first interview with the HR. And after that, when I moved to Poland, exactly, I already connected with Citaris. So, like, full process took me, I think that near 3 weeks to get the first interview from the company.
Nice, nice. And how did you find out about VanHack? Like, what made you choose VanHack as a way to get hired abroad?
Oh, actually, it wasn't very hard. I just was at home sitting, like listening to some alarms there with my parents, and I decided that I need to search for some opportunity just to go abroad during this period of time. And I went to the governmental website, Canadian governmental website, started to send my resume to all people there all around. And after that, just some of the people they replied to me that for them I didn't have enough experience because they were like senior positions, and
Mm.
one of that companies they said that your portfolio is great, everything is great, but we cannot like make you to go to this position, write this company, and there were a link to your company to VanHack.
Oh,
So some
interesting.
people from the governmental website just gave me the link to write straightforward to you. So I wrote that day, and I think that next day we had the interview with Cecilia.
Okay, cool. Very interesting. And how was the interview with your current employer? Like, what kind of questions did they ask you? How was the process? How long did it take?
Oh, it was very fast. I think that after one interview with Cecilia, I understood the company was searching for the junior designer to teach the junior how to work with their product. And accidentally, as I understood, they also found my uh, portfolio, my link onto my profile in VanHack. So as an attitude, after that, right next day, they emailed me. I didn't reply for some reason for a week. And after that, when I noticed that here is some foreign mail on my mailbox, I
Mm.
replied. And next day, we had the interview with HR. After interview, in 1 hour, something like that, with a team. And in 4 hours, we had an interview with the HR team and leader of the company. And
Wow.
next day, they sent me the invitation for the work. They checked my portfolio, and I think that after 4 days, I signed up the contract. And so after I got visa to Canada, it took me also like months to get a visa. I came
Mhm.
here to Toronto.
Hold on. You just said something I don't understand. You had three interviews in one day, like one interview and then 1 hour later and then 4 hours later. Is that right?
Yeah, they made very quick decision. Like as understood, they needed exactly me because I'm junior one with good portfolio and with the appropriate skills and work experience in Ukraine.
Wow, wow, that's I think a new record for the number of interviews in one day. I've never seen that before.
Mm.
That's really impressive for both yourself with your skills, and of course for the company to move fast as well.
Yeah.
So how did you feel when you got the job offer?
Actually, the first steps with Cecilia, when we had the interview, I didn't believe that it's possible. But I thought that maybe if I'll go to Poland and try to find a workplace there. And also, I had the portfolio on Upwork account, so I could do some freelance. So it was like from first sight, it was like a joke. Okay, you got the interview, and after that, you got the position so fast. But after I understood that I have visa, I have workplace, and people really want me to come and doing some stuff me to come. So like my boss called me near every day, like to ask how are my documents, how's everything going. So he was very supportive, and also um, Yvonne. So she's HR and she's helping with the educational process. So they helped me a lot and supported me during this process also. So they told me about all steps that I need to take to come. Yeah. So I just felt confused and
Hmm.
happy because I haven't expected to go abroad for some time. I wanted to stay at home, but because of the circumstances, I think that is this one is the one of the greatest opportunities that I could just find.
Wow, wow, well, that's uh, yeah, we're grateful to be able to help, and it's so nice to hear the story. Um, so you mentioned the relocation. Like, how was the flight? Like, you're traveling, getting a house. Like, must be so many changes in such a short amount of time. Like, how are you dealing with everything?
I'm actually okay. I told you that I had an experience to live abroad. I lived abroad for 4 years in China before, and that's why it was kind of easy challenge for me to agree for. So, and before that, I also planned to apply for studying in Canada. Mm, so the decision for me was very obvious. It's like, or I'm going to Canada, or I'm going, I don't know, to stay at home and wait till everything will be solved. For flight, my boss covered my flight, so actually I didn't have money to come here, and he was like covered my flight, and he allowed me to live here in this his apartment with the family. So I think that they are very generous and very nice people, just of human beings. So I knew that Canadians are very supportive and very kind, but I didn't expect that so much.
That's yeah, incredible that they're so generous. And another thing we've never seen before, where the companies, someone staying at their house, the manager or someone from the company. That's incredible.
Mhm.
Um, well, yeah. Just maybe just talk about like your plans for the future. Like, do you plan to stay in Canada? Do you want to go back to Ukraine? Do you know? How about your career? Like, how are you feeling for the future?
I cannot answer you the question about my plans, about my
Yeah.
career. I'm sure that I think that in 1 year I'm going to become the middle designer, UX designer. I also planning to add some skills to my portfolio, is like motion design, maybe a video, motion design also, and user experience research. So I think that I will go through this line, and I just think that to become the professional it takes near 5 6 years for sure. So I just started my way, and I'm planning to continue to the end. So I think that in 6 7 years I'm become the lead designer, and maybe after I open my own school or some company that will help people to have some knowledge about this job opportunities also.
That's really cool. Awesome. Well, last question is: do you have any tips for other people on VanHack who are looking for a job, or any last words you want to share?
I can share some tips for designers. And the first stuff that you need to be sure with is your portfolio. Second one is language. You need to speak confidently, even if you don't know how to speak. Just try and try your best. And one more is tell about all your experience that you had before. So don't hesitate. People will need your skills on all levels. So, for example, if you just started, people need such people also abroad, because it's very easy to pay them less. Like, for example, me, but teach some software and some stuff that you already don't know. So they're paying it actually more that they expected to. So you're learning, you're having new experience, you're having new tips after it. Don't worry about like coming abroad, because all people understand what situation you are, and everybody helping actually, like very seriously helping. And if you don't, if you're not sure that on your skills, it's better to tell in advance that you are not good in that stuff, but you have the big willing to improve yourself in the things you don't know. So I think that just to say truth, and don't worry about that someone won't like you, and be very confident in your skills that you already have.
Awesome. Great. Well, thank you so much for sharing your experience with us, Anastasia. Welcome to Canada. All the best for you and your family. And yeah, just really appreciate you taking the time. So thank you.
Thank you, Leah. Have a good evening.